Hey everyone, thank you again for tuning in. My name is Kelly, and today we are going to be talking about product descriptions. So, again, biggest thing to remember is that we are not at a typical craft fair where people can hold and look at and analyze your creations. So, we need to make sure that we are describing everything we can so people are confident in their purchases. So when it comes to putting together our descriptions, we first want to know the size. So for example, with this bowl here, I, as a consumer, would like to know how tall and also maybe like how wide it is. That would be a good thing to remember. If you have a necklace, please make sure to put in the length of the chain. If you have a cup, how many ounces does it hold? If you have a painting or a statue, how many inches tall, how many inches wide is it? Next step is the weight. How much does the product weigh? Now, if you have jewelry or a coffee mug or maybe even this bowl, that may not be needed per se, but let's say you have a statue or some sort of other structure, the weight of it may be good. Actually, the weight of this may not be a bad thing to have in there because it is kind of a heavier bowl. So get the weight of your product. Next up is the scent. So for those of you that are candle or are soap makers or even essential oil makers, please make sure that you have the scent down in your description. Now, some of you guys have a home or a brand name of a scent. So I have this candle here that I got at the store, and the scent on it was comfort. It's comfort scented. Well, what does that mean? What does comfort scented mean? And you guys need to remember, nobody can pick these up and just smell them themselves. So a great way for a candle that is, quote, comfort scented, this actually has a scent of vanilla and patchouli in it, which they put on the tag, thankfully. But what you could say in your description is warm, comforting scents of vanilla and patchouli. Another one that I have seen that I have over here, another candle I have, is sandalwood and myrrh, which is a very warm, musky scent. So you could say something along the lines of the warm, musky scent of sandalwood and myrrh. Doesn't that sound good? Like, not just it's vanilla and patchouli, but instead it's a comforting scent of vanilla and patchouli. If you have something more citrusy smell, so let's say like an orange or lemon, using the word zesty or a bright scent of orange works out really well. So another thing you can do, just thinking about it, is go on to websites that sell perfume and look at the perfume descriptions. It'll give you like notes of this or zesty orange. It can give you some ideas. But remember, we don't need a huge long description of the scent, but just something short and to the point. Next up, we need the color description. So here's a handy candle. This is a beautiful smoky gray or a smoky black glass, something along those lines. Maybe this candle, it's not necessarily white, but it's a cream colored candle. Or even our bowl is back, a beautiful sky blue and white bowl. So those descriptions enhance your photos. So if your photos are a little dark or a little off, maybe those descriptions can help. Plus, we also have people who might be colorblind or can't see certain colors super well. So having it in your description will help them and they will appreciate you for it. Next, material. It's a great idea to put in what type of material is used. For example, this candle, I would love to know if this is a soy candle or if it's a typical beeswax candle. So having that in your description is super helpful. Another thing is my famous bowl. What is it made out of? This one is actually, I think it's made out of actual porcelain. Let's just assume it is. So we want to put that in the description so that people know exactly what material it is. If you have a painting, is it acrylic? Is it oil? Is it watercolor? If you have a crocheted product or knitted product? Is it 100% wool yarn? Is it acrylic yarn? What is the material? Once you have those description bullet points down, then you want to go into your Craft Fair USA account and start looking at your descriptions. So your product short description, that one is shown on the web page when somebody's looking at your product around the add to cart button. That description needs to be less than 300 words, ideally between like 150 to 200. This is what 85% of your shop viewers are going to see. They won't scroll down to see the rest. So that is where you need to have it. But there's a caveat. You shouldn't just have it rolling on and on and on and on. So for example, let's take a candle as an example. You don't want to say cream colored warm vanilla scented soy candle. We want to have more bullet points to catch people's eye, and then also we have really short attention spans as humans. So short and sweet. So I'm going to give an example here of a bad description. It's going to drone on and on and on and on. And I will get lost after the first sentence of it because I have a horrible attention span. Now, here is an example of a great way to do your description. We're going to have some lines at the top, some bullet points, and a line or two at the bottom. That's it. And this gives me everything that I need as a potential consumer or buyer of your product to know exactly what it is, the size, the weight, what it's made out of, so that I feel confident in the decision I'm making to purchase this product off the internet. Once you have the short description down, then you can actually go down and work on the product description. This can be a little bit more long form, more telling a story, but still use bullet points. An example that I love to see when I'm shopping is when somebody tells me what the product would be best used for. So for example, one of my candles I have, it's vanilla and patchouli scented. It's very comforting. So maybe in the product description at the bottom, if somebody, let's see, description would be, this candle is perfect for, and then bulletproof down, to light before bed when you've had a stressful day, something like that, to just kind of get people interested in, wow, I can use this a lot. I mean, who isn't stressed nowadays? Who doesn't want a good night's rest? Another thing is, like my famous bowl that I'm just going to keep showing in every video. This sucker is huge. Like this is a ginormous one. So this bowl would be great for eating ice cream. The perfect cereal bowl. Maybe when you're entertaining after COVID's over. And it's a great fruit bowl. Or I've also used this when I crochet because I put my yarn, my big ball of yarn in here, and it just rolls perfectly while I crochet. So be creative. Think of some fun things that you can put in there that somebody can use for your product. So remember, everybody, put the size, put the weight, put the scent, put the color, put the material, and your short product description is where it's at. Keep it short, keep it bullet pointed, no more than 2 sentences. So that's it for today's video. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Please leave your comments, questions, suggestions down below, and maybe you'll see it in a future video. Have a great day, everyone.